What's up, YouTube? So we're back with another video. We got this cool church we're gonna check out. Pretty sure you guys have seen it. You know, if you guys live in the Tri-Com area, just right across the bar from the Oracle Inn right there. And that's where it's at. That's why you hear all the cars go by. Yeah, we're gonna do history on this church. We're gonna talk about the owner and see how he manages this place. It's pretty cool. It's got a farm back there too in the back. So let's go check it out, guys. Come on.
Hey, what's over here? Sorry, birds living in there.
Anyway.
It smells like cat in the hotel and the cats in there. And we have
Hi guys, we're about to enter that big church, right?
This property has a well on it.
yeah, that's what we use the water and everything.
Yeah, all that water.
And there's also a cellar with a lot of
It's all on an automatic system.
Dad, can they go in the cellar too?
I don't want to go down there because I don't have any shoes on. I haven't been down there in over a year.
There's a lot of spiders.
It goes all the way up to the front of the hotel.
There's old desk and stuff in there from like
Oh
from
my
the school.
gosh.
You don't believe it's down there. That's something, if you guys want to come, we'll do the cameras, we'll get some lights. Do it right. We'll
That'd be
tear
great.
and there's a lot of
Underground,
people that want to know what's under here.
That
On
would
see the
YouTube.
rock?
Hey, stay tuned,
I'm telling
guys.
you,
Stay tuned.
You'll get a following on YouTube as soon as you put this thing on, because a lot of people want to know about this. And there's already a bunch of videos about this place.
Yeah.
So you already got a head start.
Excuse the smell.
Anyway,
Smells like
so
cat.
this was a hotel. And it's 12 rooms,
That's my
and
cat.
I'll show you one of the rooms.
Wow.
I'm using it for storage.
So this is the hotel that we're in, and
Yeah.
the church.
And see, this was a typical room right here. And then what happened was there were doors going out where those are. And then there was a veranda that went all the way around the whole building on both floors. And you could walk all around the whole building on the outside, even on the second floor.
Wow.
And every room had its own door going outside. And there's 12 rooms, so it's quite a hotel.
Wow.
You know? And this is solid adobe. It's this thick.
Damn.
Yeah, solid adobe. Even the inside walls. So anyway, those are the rooms.
Hello?
This, you know what a Hammond B3 is?
No.
Organ, Hammond B3, you know, whenever you hear an organ, it's always a Hammond B3. You know, with these here, the slides, you always see them on stage, all the players. Anyway, this is a Hammond B3, this is the church version of it though. It sounds exactly the same, it's just the church enclosure. So it's really a cool organ. It's got tone wheels in it, it's super vintage. Now, if you want to buy an actual Hammond B3, you better, I mean, they're like $100,000 or something. I don't know how much they are. I don't know what this is worth. I haven't plugged it in.
Comment down below if you think you know how much this
Anyway,
is worth.
so this room here is the original color scheme, I believe, that
Wow.
Annie had from back in well, this was built in 1895.
1895, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, this is insane. Look at
yeah. But
Look at
see,
the decoration on top of the.
yeah, it's
the
that
roof.
stamped tin plate stuff. That stuff is, you know, that's a big deal to people that are into antique stuff. I do have a little bit of a structural issue going on. And then the
Some
upstairs
crazy history, guys.
is the same.
Look at this.
Let's go up there. I need to take a look. There's a window up there I gotta fix, but, oh man. I don't know where to make it up the stairs. I was real sick and then I was with all the doctors and they were telling me cancer, blah, blah, blah. And I got real bad neuropathy and everywhere I had sores on my feet, you know.
Wow.
And I was basically figured I was gonna die. Because I was dying, I got down to 155 pounds, which for me, I'm normally about 230. And I couldn't stop losing weight, everything I tried. And then I went on a carnivore
I
diet.
wish I could say the same. I could just start losing weight without trying.
Since I've gone on a carnivore diet, you lose it all.
That's what I heard. A lot of protein.
You
I mean,
lose it so fast, I mean, I'm telling you, but not just that, you will be able to think more clearly. I was almost blind. I had floaters so bad, I'm 73 years old, that it was getting hard to see. I couldn't, the colors, everything was gray. And then I had all these blobs floating around.
Protein, guys. Stick to protein.
And within about 2 weeks after I started carnivore, my floaters went away. Everything went away. Every problem I've had, my arthritis, everything is going away. Now, not everything's going away because I still have my neuropathy, but it's getting better. My legs are real weak. Anyway, these were bathrooms. One of these was a bathroom, a water closet. So, you know, the people that stayed in the rooms, this is where they, and then there's another a whole attic up here that's big enough to put a couple more rooms. It's real big up there. So, anyway, see, I gotta get up here and there's a window that's open over here that I gotta, yeah, we'll worry about that now. So yeah, I want to get this building here is the one that is where the money's at, where the story's at. You know, it has very, very much historical significance. You know, it's like, but the story never got out because when the 20s, Jim Crow rolled around back in the 1930s, 1920s, they basically, they didn't run her out of town, but they basically just made him, she was like one of the most important person in town. She had all kinds of things for children and she was really, you know, it was a nice little town. And then when new people came in the 20s and 30s and started buying everything up, they didn't want anything to do with the black person. So basically she ended up with this place and a bunch of miners staying here, and that was about it. It was just like a boarding house for miners for the last few years she owned it, and she died in 1949, which I was born in 51. Isn't that interesting? Crazy. I was born 2 years after she died. And he died, he got run over by his own truck. He was 85, I think, 86, right out in front of the hotel. They were trying to get it started. He had his son, or his nephew was in the truck, and he was out front cranking it. Of course, you know, this is a crank. And it started and it ran him over. And of course the kid didn't know how to stop it. And it ran him over and he died. Anyway, that's how Curly died. So this is the church.
Hi guys, we're entering the church, guys.
This place is awesome. See, they built this in the 50s. They built this conduit, and when they did it, they completely destroyed the value of this. They basically said F you to the history. They said, screw you, we'll make sure nobody ever hears about this. We'll just completely change the place. And so, yeah, so nobody's ever heard of, and I lived in this town for 10 years and I kept saying, what is that building? Why is there that big adobe building sitting there and nobody knows what it is? Oh, it used to be a hotel that Buffalo Bill built. That's the same story I heard over and over again. Buffalo Bill had some guy run it, but he owned it. He would come up here and visit once in a while, and that's not what happened at all. Curly built this place with his own money, you know, and he could, by that time, buy and sell Buffalo Bill. As far as money, you know, he was way richer than Buffalo Bill. He didn't need to borrow money from Buffalo Bill to build this place. Buffalo Bill was up here begging for money from him, is what probably was the truth. I don't know that for sure, but I think that's probably what was going on. Because Buffalo Bill had fallen on hard times. He had to sell the Wild West show, and he still had to work for it. So it meant that he had to travel. He had to go all over the world when he didn't, I'm sure he didn't want to by then, because he's an old man, and you know, but yeah, it was a pretty sad story. Anyway, and this is the bathtub. I don't know anything about it, but apparently the Baptists take baths on Sunday, and they come to church to do it. And they do it right in here. Wow. Now this is, I'm being facetious. It's obviously for baptisms. But yeah, can you imagine having being in a church? I've never seen anything like, I've never been to anything like that before, where they actually bring people up in the front and dip them in the tank. You know, they should have like a thing and you could throw a ball.
It looks like they just redid this up here. All the wood.
Yeah,
Brand new.
that ceiling is about that thick, and it's double tongue and groove knotty pine, and then there's nothing above it. There's no attic. It just goes. There's just shingle nailed right to the top of it, or you know, tar paper and shingle. So yeah, there's no insulation or anything, but it's thick wood. But yeah, those blue lamb beams, can you imagine what those would cost? I mean, to build this place would be several million at least, I'm sure. Too bad it's in Oracle. I mean, it's not too bad. It's great that it's in Oracle, because Oracle's a nice town, but there's just nothing here. There's nothing in this town that would bring this many people in. You're gonna have to bring the people in from somewhere else, from Tucson. And it's only 15 miles, so it's close enough, you know. And the people want to come up here, you know. People are always looking for a place to live.
Come on here, Nate. This isn't crazy.
Weddings and stuff like that in here. We thought about just making.
Look at this,
church.
this is all
I don't
nice.
want to get all those religious people around me because I'm not religious and it would end up blowing up. It would be a problem. You know, why even start the
Hey
problem?
guys, so I was like saying we were outside and this was the church, so we're inside of it right now. But this is incredible. I don't know.
It would be so cool.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought would be kind of cool is just to dig the floor out, put a swimming pool in it. Turn the whole thing into a big swimming pool.
Oh, wow. Oracle don't got one
Turn
of
this into a
those.
swimming pool. Comment what you think that we're gonna build in here. Indoor swimming pool.
That would be neat. But anyway, so this we want to try to make some money off of and get it going again, sooner rather than later because, you know. But what I would like to do, my plan, is to get rid of the pews and build terraces. There'd be 4 terraces, 1, 2, 3, 4. And each terrace would be, come out like this and drop down, and then each one would have tables, and then you'd come in from here and just walk in and sit down. And so you'd have, you know, probably, you'd have tables all up here, and you know, like a dinner theater, but it's on a slope. So you could have things going on up here, people could eat dinner, it's a dinner theater, they have them all over the place.
Yeah, they have one in, I think Tucson, but it's like a live theater. So you
Yeah.
sit down and eat, and then it's called the Gaslight Theater, I think.
Yeah, you can do that kind of stuff. Or if forget, this all, I could take all this out, the stage, and this would be a big dance floor. Or you could put a portable stage in, or put a stage over in the corner and have a band with a
Yeah.
dance floor. And then have all the tables up here.
Little piece right here, and then have a band, like you said.
Yeah.
Have like a big giant, like kind of like a community thing, like want to have like parties, quinces and stuff here.
See, this has to stay open because you gotta be able to get to that door. So there would be a walkway along here, and there'd be a bandstand in the corner. But this would all be flat. It'd come down and it flattens out on the bottom. And so this would be the dance floor. Unless you were gonna rent it out to somebody that was gonna do like a play or something. Then you have those stages that they fold up, you know, and you could build a stage. Anyway, but it's 2 separate buildings and it's 2 separate issues. But the thing I really wanted to do, this is just a commercial enterprise that doesn't, you know, it's just a business. But this is an important historical building, really important. And the word needs to get out, and I cannot figure out how to do it. And the only way to
crazy,
do it is on
guys.
social media.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
so
there's no point in wasting my time.
hopefully my channel, you know, engages more audience, more people to come and, you know,
Yeah.
see all this type of stuff around here.
Well, I've got a channel that's got nothing on it. It's called Oracle Unplugged. But I was originally starting it up because I was doing solar. I had a piece of property and I was going to move out there, but I didn't have any electricity, so I was going to do all solar. And I'm an electrician. I'm a licensed electrician, so I have all the equipment still. Those are all solar panels. I can see them from here, stacked in front of the house. See them all stacked up?
Oh, yeah.
I've got about, I don't know, 80 solar panels.
Wow.
Which I never put up. I put a few of them up on the trailer when I was living out there, but then I moved everything over here, and so, yeah, the Oracle Unplugged fell apart. But that's what it was gonna be, was a YouTube channel about solar, off-grid solar energy, which is a real popular subject. It's a real
Yeah.
confined audience, so it's easy. You know, I would never go after something that everybody else is going into that has a huge following, because you're gonna be competing against all these people and it's really tough, you know, like gaming and stuff like that. But if you find a small niche, you know, a little corner that there's maybe only 1 million people interested in, you still got 1 million followers, you know.
I'll take it.
And I watch
Take
these
1,000
channels.
followers.
I watch these channels. These guys do nothing but history. They'll sit and talk about history, and you know that. And you look at their followers, it's like, man, this guy's making a good living off this YouTube channel, because he's got, you know, like 1 million followers. If you got that many followers, you're making money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can make money once you get up to like what 30, 40,000 followers. You're making a living.
I'm barely at 30, guys. This is my come up right here. This is the come
Are
up
you
video.
from the ATIP? And that's what that little box does. It's more than just a switcher. It's a full little production studio, and it's meant to be used with DaVinci, which makes it super easy to use. You know, and so
We'll
anyway.
get there, guys. We'll get there. We'll get
But
there.
so I was thinking, like, get somebody that knows, like, there's a lot of people that know about the history. There was a lady up here a while back that did a lecture on this building. And yeah, and she came up and did a lecture at the community center. And I recorded part of it. I didn't go, I was sick. But Amy recorded part of it, and I'd like to get her up here, if she'll come, and interview her and get all that on camera with multiple, you know, with B-roll, everything, the whole bit, and make a really nice video talking about the history, because she did a nice job. She explained all about how, talking about what an entrepreneur he was, and all the crazy stuff and what it was like around here. I mean, this is where all the Wild West, this was it. It was right here, you know. There's some exciting stuff. Like that tree across the street, there was an old tree over there. That thing's been here since, you know, it's several hundred years old. And they used to call it the jail tree, because that's where they used to, the sheriff would chain people to that tree. They didn't have a jail. So he'd chain people to that tree while he was holding them in custody. So there used to be people standing out there chained to that tree. You can see it from out here. Anyway, you can see why I'm excited about this.
Yeah, this is.
Don't mind all the junk. I've been using it for storage, but yeah, God, I gotta clean this place up. Yeah, I'd love to do the cellar too. That alone would be an interesting.
That would be a cool video, guys.
You should see it down there.
Under here, there's like all underground. It goes all the way back there,
Yeah, it goes all the way to the front.
all the way up to the front. That bottom one. So we're gonna do a next YouTube video on that, going down there, part 2.
You could do a whole video just on that tree alone. That tree is famous. That went across the street.
Oh, that one right there.
It's famous. Everybody's pictures of it. You go on YouTube and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Wow, that's crazy.
Somebody did a real nice documentary on this place. It was PBS did it.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
PBS? Wow.
PBS did it.
Wow.
And it was but nobody ever sees it, you know. Anyway, I wonder if this thing's still recording. There is one catch about this thing. They say when you're recording at 8K, it tends to overheat.
Check out that. Yeah, you know what? I found that with my GoPro 2. When you're recording, it kind of does start to get a little hot.
Yeah, if you're set real high.
Yeah.
And I always set to the highest because
I do too. I mean,
wanna
that's
be able
the
to
best.
edit.
Yeah, that's the best you're gonna get. So.
I did a video right out here. I'll show you that one that I did a bunch of special effects on.